Hello, welcome to the Upper Lake High School Lady Cougar Half-Court Trap presentation by Mike Smith for YouTube 533. A little bit of background information before we start. You notice in your diagram of the basketball court we have 5 paw prints. They will be representing the Upper Lake High School Lady Cougars defensive set. You will also have 5 red X's that will represent the offensive players. Now there's many types of traps that have been created throughout the history of basketball. Many types of pressure zones, full court, 3/4 court, half court. We at Upper Lake High School really prefer the half court trap. It suits our personnel and the style of play we like, so there's no particular reason other than I need a name for our trap for our girls that we call it the Upper Lake High School Girls Trap. As you can see, our Cougar paws are set up in a 2-3 defensive set. We'll be discussing that in future cards, so I just wanted to get a visual of that. Also, many teams can use a 1-3-1 defensive set as well, which you can trap out of very easily. And we will be setting that up. As you can see, the paw prints are in that 1-3-1 zone. So out of either of these defensive zones, 2-3 or 1-3-1, very easy to jump into that half-court trap. What is a trap? Well, it's a defensive extension of either the 2-3 zone or the 1-3-1 zone, and it, like I said before, it's fairly easy to jump into. You have a defensive point guard, 2 wing defenders, a middle defender, and a rear safety position. We will talk about their roles in the next few cards. You will also be using the half-court line and the sideline as extra defenders to try to create a trap and get that offensive player and the ball trapped in one of those 2 corners there, trapping corners we call them, where you can force turnovers. Why do we trap? For Upper Lake, we trap for a couple reasons. We like to pressure the ball, and by pressuring the ball you can cause turnovers or cause fatigue that will eventually cause more turnovers maybe at the end of the game. It could be a situation where all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and you're down 10, 15 points and you need something to change the momentum of this game. And half-court trap is something that can definitely achieve that goal by forcing turnovers with that ball pressure. Work that offensive player into the trapping corner, and that's where we can force turnovers. Positioning of the players. We spoke about the defensive point guard. That's one of the most important players in this trap. Their job is to guide the ball, which we will get to in future cards. You also have 2 wing defenders and a middle defender. Finally, a rear safety defender to protect the basket. Now, the defensive point guard, like I said before, his job is to guide the ball into one of the trapping corners. He is not supposed to, or she, not supposed to apply too much pressure on the basketball. They are not in position to go for steals. If they get beat, that can definitely hurt our trapping options. So their job is to guide the ball to one of the trapping corners. We have 2 defensive wings, and They have unique jobs where they are attacking the ball, but it's got to be a delayed attack. We want to wait until the ball crosses the half-court line, and that's when they can jump and use the sideline and the half-court line as those extra defenders, like I said earlier. The backside, or the weak side wing defender, their job is to drop into help position. That help position will cover the backside for any cross-court passes and help the rear safety. Middle defender will be probably your most athletic defender on the court because they are going to kind of be playing this free safety type position where they're free to look for any interceptions, try to make those steals where they can attack the basket for some easy layups. So they're definitely going to float in the middle and look for any possible steals. Once again, weak side wing defender drops to help protect the back side of the court. And finally, the rear safety defender. Their job is specifically to protect the basket. If the trap is broken, couple passes, good passes could break a trap if our defenders aren't doing their jobs, and that rear defender's got to make sure that there are no easy scores. Now, like I said earlier, a trap is not 100% effective. So one of the reasons why I like the trap is you can get back into good defensive positions in your set defense if a couple good passes break this trap. So once again, we are hoping to change the momentum of the game, force turnovers, but it's not 100% effective, and we want to be able to jump back if they break the trap and still be able to defend and play good basketball. You see our players can quickly drop back into their 2-3 defense, hopefully before the offensive team gets into position to have an easy score. And that has been our presentation of the Upper Lake High School Lady Cougar Half-Court Trap. Thank you very much.